Welcome to Beyond the Coverage. I'm Chris Horner. In today's edition, one day before Amstel Gold, the sixth monument of the 25 season. That's not actually the sixth, but I call it the sixth because it's something magical. This race has a ton of intensity and a ton of chaos. When we start looking at all the other classics, there's the smooth build-up, Milan-San Remo. Of course, we go into Flanders. Flanders has some chaos, there's no doubt about it. Some cobblestone, some bad weather, some crosswind. And then you go in to Paris-Roubaix. We all know Paris-Roubaix. It's one of the most epic of the 5 monuments, or the 6 if you're on the butterfly effect. But when you start coming into Amstel Gold, it's chaos and chaos all day. You can never stop paying attention to the road. You can never stop listening for the police whistles that are giving you warnings of obstacles that are coming up in the road. You have to worry about it going narrow. You have to worry about it going with planters that make you go to the right, then to the left before you enter the towns. It's mass chaos all day. I love this race. I love it. The crowds are amazing. When I first did it in the 90s with FDJ, we couldn't open the car doors up. I was so much in energy when I stepped out of the car from all the spectators there watching us while we're sitting on the bumper of the FDJ car, getting our legs all waxed up with heat cream and stuff before the race began. It's one that has stuck in my head forever. So, what do the riders have to do? Well, let's go back into yesterday's Brabantse Pijl and discuss what happened and how you can change those tactics to help some of the other riders not named Tadej Pogacar from UAE Team Emirates or Remco Evenepoel, who won yesterday's Brabantse Pijl and won it in magnificent style. Him and Wout van Aert dropping everybody and going into the finish where, of course, Remco Evenepoel won the sprint. How do you slow these guys down when we get into Amstel Gold? Well, first off, all the big hitters, all the first page riders are making catastrophic mistakes that I have said for 4 years. When they're attacking 80K, 100K out, you have to let them go, guys. You have to let them go. You're really like, Chris, you're crazy. These guys will solo. No one has ever just let Tadej Pogacar go up the road. They always try to hang on the coattails of Tadej Pogacar, and that's what's blowing the legs up. What you have to do, if we take even the simple race of yesterday's Brabantse Pijl, you start looking at that race and you see that with 55 kilometers to go, when EF Education's on the front drilling it, they're making the race hard. Don't make the race hard. Now at the Classics, it's a bit complicated not to make the racing hard because everybody's fighting for position. And certainly at Amstel Gold, when your team is fighting to come into that right or left turn bike trail that's going to start the next berg, it gets complicated to keep it slow. So they could be laughing at me, keep it slow. Yes, you can't keep it slow when you're fighting for position, but you don't have to speed it up when you get on the climb. If you beat UAE Team Emirates and Pseudo Quickstep's Remco Evenepoel into the steep berg, that's when you slow it down. Go curb to curb, slow the pace down. The slower the pace is throughout the race, the easier it will be on riders to be able to have good legs near the finish of the race. Now, UAE Team Emirates and Remco Evenepoel's Pseudo Quickstep team, they want to make the race fast and hard, right? So we go again into yesterday's race where we saw that 6-rider break at 1:45 when the cameras come on with 70 kilometers to go. And I see every team at the front fighting for position, making the race fast when the gap is only at 140. Once you get on a wide road, if you're not Pseudo Quickstep or UAE Team Emirates, back to throttle off. Make those teams have to go hard and make their super domestiques work hard and make them tired so that when we do get into the bergs, UAE Team Emirates, Tadej Pogacar, and of course Remco Evenepoel with Pseudo Quickstep, they don't have guys to drill it. Again, you look at yesterday's race when we talk about EF Education, they blew the race up. They made it easy for Remco Evenepoel to destroy everyone. Then when Remco Evenepoel starts attacking, and first it came from Wout van Aert and Thijs Benoot, which I agree with Visma Bike's tactic in yesterday's race. I will not agree with them if they use that same tactic going forward into tomorrow's Amstel Gold, because when Thijs Benoot started drilling it up the climb, just under 50 kilometers to go in yesterday's race, that's setting it up for Remco Evenepoel to hurt everybody. But in yesterday's race, that's the first race for Remco Evenepoel's comeback season of the 25 year. So I'm okay with them doing it. They don't know where Remco's legs are. Let's find out where they are. Let's drill it, put Thijs Benoot on the front and launch Wout van Aert, who does have good form. Guys, his form is not terrible. He went 4th at Paris-Roubaix. He went 2nd yesterday. Okay, he was 2nd at Dwarsdorf-Vlaanderen and lost the sprint to Palace. But It's early in the season still. He's coming back from a crash last year. I can take you back to when Tom Pidcock won the Principal and beat Wout van Aert in the sprint, and he still came back and won amazing stuff throughout his career. So don't worry about Wout. He's just having difficulty right now finding that top 100% form. So yesterday's tactic, I agree with T-Spin going hard. But now starting Amstel Gold, you know Remco's better. You know Tadej Pogacar is going to be better, even though we haven't seen him race since Paris-Roubaix. We still know he's better. Who's going to argue with me on that? So do not blow the race up. Make those two teams blow the race up. If they want to go at 100K, you got to let them go. If you try to follow like Blackmore did yesterday, the young kid from Israel Premier Tech, and you're going pull for pull with them, it's ridiculous. Do not ever go pull for pull with a first page rider if you're a young kid like Blackmore was. And if you're the director sportif, you're certainly the knucklehead in that case and scenario of yesterday's race on Friday, because you should have told the young kid, you do not pull with Wout van Aert and Remco Evenepoel. That's a ridiculous move. And if you think getting third was a possibility, all you got to do is go back to the Road World Championships where Sivakov in 2024 tried to go didn't try to go pull for pull, but did work with Tadej Pogacar, then got dropped. Did he get second? No, because the Slovenian destroyed the legs there of the French rider, blew him up, he dropped off, he's gone. So again, tomorrow's race, all the other teams that are not UAE team members of Pseudo Quickstep, you have to fight for position to be at the front on those bergs. But once you get on the bergs, you do not have to increase the pace. You keep the pace as slow as you can, and you make Pseudo Quickstep and UAE team members do all of the work to make the pace hard. When they attack, if they're attacking with 100K, 80K to go, let them go. Put your Super Domestiques on the front afterwards. Do not let them go and then start attacking with other riders like we saw yesterday with EF Education, sending riders up the road all the time with 3 riders chasing 3 different groups where each one of them's UAE team member on the front. And then do not do a Dylan Toons from Cofidis where once Q36.5 started pulling on the front, all of a sudden we hit the very next berg and then you start attacking. You do not hit the very next berg and then start attacking thinking you're going to go across to Remco Evenepoel and Wout van Aert. And tomorrow it's going to be Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel that are going to be up the road. So you do not start attacking and going up the road with them. Let the Super Domestiques do at least 20, 30, 40 kilometers on the front while you have Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel pulling for 30 and 40 kilometers in the wind. Let the Super Domestiques hold that gap as close as they possibly can. The pace has to be hard up the climbs, but not 100% attacking like we saw Dylan Toons doing when he attacked and went up the road, said, I can't do it. Of course you can't do it. How are you going to make the gap up there? All you did was blow up the wheels of everybody back there on their legs as they just started getting organized from Q36.5, starting to do some work for Tom Pidcock. Instead, Cofidis blew up the legs of all of the Super Domestiques. While if Dylan Toons had sat back and put his Super Domestique on the front with Q36.5, if EF Education had put their teammates on the front. Guys, I saw in yesterday's race, Kern Farmer was attacking, and I saw Caja Rural attacking. If they would just put their teammates on the front and work together, and you get 3, 4, 5 riders from different teams up there and possibly some other teammates with them. We're talking about 10 guys chasing Tadej Pogacar, working well together, not just chasing for 2 kilometers, going into the next climb so Dylan Toons can light everyone up, but working well together, staying on the front, doing damage control to the 2 leaders up the front called Poggi and called Remco Evenepoel, and holding them at a manageable distance. And then hopefully after 40 kilometers of those guys riding in the front, if they attacked at 80K to go or 100K, even better. If they attacked at 100K, that's even better. And then you hold them with 10 guys back there, Super Domestiques, losing small seconds at a time, but the riders up front, their legs getting tired. Then there's some kind of hope back there that some of the superstars, called Wout van Aert, because Visma Lease bikes should not be following those attacks at 80 and 100 kilometers to go. They should have their team on the front with Q36.52, and then Wout should try to come across later with Tom Pidcock. And then, of course, Cofidis can send their guys, well, like Alex Arenborough if he's going, or Dylan Toons if he's going to Amstel Gold. Then they send their guys with Wout and that company. And then those superstars back there that are not exactly page 1 level, as Poggi and Remco are, they work together to bring those 2 guys back. And we might see a fantastic battle. It's never been done. That tactic has never been done. I've asked for it for 4 years, but it has really never been done. And the closest I'd seen where it would have worked 100% is last year at the Road World Championships when Poggi attacked with 100 kilometers to go and bridged up to his teammate. If Belgium and the Netherlands had worked together smoothly and Remco Evenepoel did not blow up his teammate the very next lap 25 kilometers later and kept his team riding for one more lap on the front, and Netherlands team had jumped in, Poggi would not be wearing the rainbow band starting tomorrow's Amstel Gold Race. I am 100% certain of that, and that is the only tactic that we know could work from time to time. Will it work every time? Of course not. Of course, UAE team members will start to change their tactics later, but could it work for tomorrow, and would it work often when these guys are attacking at 100K to go? I'm 100% in belief that it would, as long as some teams will work together and some knuckleheads back there will not be pulling with first page riders like we saw Blackmore and yesterday's the Bronze Appeal. Like and subscribe. Tomorrow's going to be an epic race. It is the 6th monument. There's no doubt about it. That's what I call it up here on Beyond the Coverage. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the Butterfly Effect real soon.